And on the chicken front, we have had a chicken taken. The light Sussex has gone, sadly. Got to let these babies out sometime, you know, so their feet get all wet and muddy in the chicken run. So they're having a graze over here for now. A speckle in the front, red rock behind that, and good old leghorn behind her. Digging away. And these produce woodland eggs that I think sell for about £5 for 6. Certainly they taste very nice anyway. I don't think I'd buy them at that price, but this is what you get, you know. You keep your own chickens, which you can actually do in the backyard. It doesn't have to be the middle of the countryside like this. You keep your own chickens. You start getting something really good, something more than the money it costs you. It costs me about £4 a month to feed 3. And even at this time of year, when the weather is really quite cold and quite unpleasant, drafty and windy, and the day length is very short because we're coming up to the winter solstice, and that is what really affects them laying more than anything else, is the day length. And yet all that's happening at the moment, and they're still laying, you know. I took 3 out of there today, so that's 1 each since yesterday. I'm very impressed. But very sad to have lost the light Sussex. I have to try and get another chicken actually, because there need to be 4 to keep each other warm. Maybe not now, but come January, when I reckon it's probably going to be like -8, -10 quite a lot this year. Not that I want to be a voice of doom. Oh, and the cat's, where's the cat? I heard that cat. There she is. Hello. She's very good, this one, and the other one. They're around the chickens a lot, and they don't attack them or anything. Well, I'm sure it was a fox that was responsible for the light Sussex. And she's off. I'm hoping she's going to climb that. Nope, she's not doing that, but there you go. She can climb a tree really fast, and it's a really spectacular thing to watch. Okay, so there's the chicks. There also is a hen house Alan kindly gave me, and that I'm going to put something in quite soon. Winter doesn't seem to be the time to start it, and it needs a bit of renovation. I did have hens in there about a year ago, until fairly recently, but it needs doing up a bit now. It's getting a little bit rotten underneath. The hen house actually is very good, but it's the frame thing that it stands on. It's all overgrown and full of weeds, but that'll be producing soon. I'd like to get some ducks. I'm not going to put them in there. I think it's kind of a bantam sized thing, or maybe even quail. If I'm going to rebuild it, I could put fine quail mesh on there, could I not? Because there's nothing quite like birds. I just adore birds, of the feathered variety, of course. And the Sarpo Mira are still in this sack. I've eaten quite a few, but there's still quite a lot left in there. And all these buckets, I hope, have potatoes in. I think 1 or 2 of them might fail. I did put some in those tyres over there. They just didn't do very well. It got very badly overgrown, and I should have cut it, but work came in. But I've been thinking about this. You know, work comes in and it's wonderful and that, but I'm trying to sort of live a dream here, and it is possible. Everything done this way is cheaper and better for you and everything. And I was talking to a mate of mine. Let's just break some snow off there. I was talking to a mate of mine who also is trying to live this life in our place over in Pembrokeshire, and we both decided that just maybe for a New Year's resolution this year we're gonna, oh blimey, not find anything, just maybe for a New Year's resolution this year, well, there's certainly no potatoes in that bit. Just maybe for a New Year's resolution this year, we would just, you know, whatever work comes in, we will just, it will have to fit in with this, or we turn it down, because this has got to happen. I'm not finding any potatoes in that bit at all. There should be loads in here, because they grew really well, and I can feel things snapping off roots and things. Let's turn the camera off a minute, because there's just no potatoes in here. I have been picking at these spuds out of this bag since kind of about late August, maybe September even. They were very small in August. There's still quite a lot left when I found them. They were actually not down here where I first dug, but they're sort of right over here, and they're quite low down. I've been into that bit before, but there's 2 beauties there tonight. Look. I said they were Sarpo Mira, but these most definitely aren't. I've obviously got my seed potatoes mixed up. Beautiful red things. Quite possibly. I'm trying to think now. I did get some red ones last year. What were they? Oh dear, I can't remember. Romano, that's it, Romano. I think these are Romano. And Romano are absolutely beautiful, particularly in stews when you leave the skin on and chop them up quite smaller. Just slightly sort of, not rubbery in a bad way, but just kind of a nice texture to it. Something really substantial that you bite into. They take flavours well, and they have a lovely rich potato flavour of their own. So we'll have them indoors and we'll do something with them. And of course the chickens are never far. Ooh. Noises everywhere as snow begins to melt, but it's getting quite late in the afternoon now. It's about 3:30 p.m. If I go up there, dros y bryniau tywys no log. Over the hills, cold and dark. Here it comes. That, ladies and gents, is a West Wales evening on its way in. I'm pointing now more or less south. And that's what she's looking like. Will it be stormy? Will it snow some more? Will I be cut off? Will the cat stop messing about? You never